Greetings, YouTube! The Doctor is in. Dr. Urias Papers here, coming at you with another commentary on Marvel Contest of Champions. And today we are going to go through the new Patriot. He got a huge buff. So firstly, we're going to talk about Patriot's kit. Then we're going to talk about the changes that took place within the kit itself from the old Patriot. This is the rebalance. And lastly, we're going to go ahead and take him in, and we're going to go up against Winter Soldier and classic Captain Marvel. And then we'll wrap up the video. So lots to talk about, lots to do. Don't go anywhere and stay tuned. All right, before we begin, don't forget to hit that subscribe button. If you like this video, hit the like button. If you have any questions or comments, please leave a question or a comment. And don't forget to hit that notification bell. All right, let's take a look at the Patriot. I got my phone down here, and we're going to go ahead and open his kit here. He is, I have already ranked him up to a rank 3. He is a 34,168 for me as a rank 3. He is essentially in the middle of the pack as far as rank 3s go. So if I bring up rank 3s, he's last as far as the power index for him. So not a high power index, but that's okay. Let's look at his kit. Champion info. There we are. He is awakened. I've got him at a level 40 right now. So pretty much every character in this game has what I call a shtick. And it's a thing that when you build it up, it makes that particular champion really, really powerful. And the shtick for Patriot is debuffs. The more debuffs you put on him, the more powerful he gets. And he particularly has debuffs which are called resolve debuffs. So let's go down to that right here. It's this right here, the heroic resolve debuffs. And it says here, resolve debuffs are indefinite and have no effect. Now, they are indefinite in that they don't have a timer, but there are ways to get rid of them. And you can have up to 10 of these. And they are procced off of the combo meter. So as the combo meter goes up, he gets one of these every 10. Patriot gains one resolve debuff and increases his crit damage rating for the rest of the fight for every resolve debuff he has. And then whenever a non-damaging debuff on Patriot other than resolve ends for any reason, he gets another resolve debuff. So these things will build up to 10. And you can already see here that one of the outcomes of these is an increase to his crit damage rate. Not crit chance, but crit damage rating. So when he's struck by the final hit of a special attack, he loses one resolve. And if he's going up against mutants, which he is weak against, he will lose 2. So that's one of the ways to do that. Now, there are some other things that come out of these particular things. So he has this prodigious tactician. So he gains an additional hit in his combo meter when striking the opponent or their block with a light attack or when blocking an attack. So the rotation for the 5-hit combo is medium, light, 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 light. And that last light, you will get an extra hit on the combo meter. So remember, when striking the opponent or their block with a light attack, so you will build up your combo meter fast. As a defender, he starts the fight with an indefinite combo shield passive. So that's his kind of defenderish thing for Battlegrounds. So when either champion well-timed blocks, Patriot gains a vigilance passive for 3 seconds, which means he is now one of the best defenders against Photon and any other champion that has a mischance, because vigilance allows you to not miss, which is great. Now, in addition to that, if a personal precision is not active, knocking the opponent down grants a precision. And personal precision effects allow Patriot to land critical hits into block and pause for half a second. So those are big things. Now, in addition, for each debuff, so I'm looking at the second bullet here under Get Back Up Again, which is always active. It says for each debuff on Patriot, and remember his resolves are debuffs, he gains plus 676 attack rating, maximum at 7 debuffs. So if he gets a debuff, his crit damage rating is going to go up and his attack rating is going to go up. So that's great. Now he has this other thing. So all of that, the combo meter feeds in to getting these resolved debuffs, plus other debuffs can do extra things. And then that feeds into a bump in crit damage and a bump in attack rating. In addition, when he is at 7 or more resolved debuffs, he gets this thing called sudden reversal. As a defender, when Patriot would be struck by a basic attack, he consumes 7 resolve to execute this reversal. So here it is right here. Reversal removes any stun effects on the executing champion, stops the incoming attack, and retaliates. So basically it's he gets to hit them. So when reversing, gain a non-stacking Fury passive, increasing attack rating by 7,803 for 12 seconds. That's a really long time. Now, as an attacker, if Patriot would be stuck by a basic attack while charging a heavy attack, he consumes 7 of those resolves to execute a reversal, and he gains 2 personal precision passives, and a Fury is 80% increased duration. So he gets his Fury too. And Patriot's heavy can be charged forever. So when he reverses, he gains the Fury, and he also gains these passives. Now, so there's 3 things that come off of this debuff shtick. Increase to crit damage, increase to attack damage, and you get this reversal when you have 7 or more. Now, his utility is pretty good. It's not the best. It all still falls under this get back up again, which is always active. So incoming weakness effects and the potency of the opponent's inequity masteries suffer a reduction in potency. He also gains an indefinite steadfast passive when suffering from at least 5 non-damaging debuffs. And remember, resolves are debuffs. And against science champions, this threshold is reduced to 3. So he has advantage against science champions. And again, this feeds into his anti-photon kit, where Photon will get unblockable attacks with her specials if she is in her light form. So those won't work anymore. His base regeneration rate is 44% and cannot be lowered further. So he's got all these debuffs, but they kind of let him use willpower, but not completely the best. So lastly, while a science opponent has a Fury passive active and Patriot is blocking, he will inflict a weakness passive, which lowers their attack rating by a given amount, which here is 40%. And then the weakness gains up to 100% increased potency based off of Patriot's missing health. So that's essentially his utility kit. Now, what is his rotation? Well, his rotation is pretty simple. We want to do 2 special ones. Each of the 4 hits grants a +3 to the combo meter, which then feeds into getting more resolves, which feeds into crit damage and attack rating, but it really feeds into that sudden reversal is what we want. So we want to do 2 of these, and so each one grants +3 to the combo meter. Each of the 4 hits grants +3. So it's going to be, each one of these special ones is going to do at least 1 of these resolve debuffs. For each multiple of 10, the combo meter passed during this attack, the final hit, it inflicts a physical vulnerability for 30 seconds. Those are important, so we really want to go over that. That's really important. We're going to be getting 2 of these because they last for 30 seconds. Once we have 2 of these physical vulnerabilities, then we are going to be going into the heavy. And so we'll go back up here, and we're going to do this sudden reversal. And you got to make sure that your opponent doesn't have enough power to do a special, because he can't reverse specials, but he can with a basic attack. So we're going to be doing this so that we can get the Fury, and we can get the precisions. And we're going to be going to a bar and a half of power every time we do this. And then finally, we'll be going to just do hits. We'll be doing a ton of damage, and we could work up to a special 2 and finish it off with that. So let's take a look at the changes that took place that just came out recently. This just came out last week. And these are the changes that they made with Patriot. So, halved rupture duration for the same overall damage. Now, he does a rupture on his special 2. And basically, it's the same damage, but they take it faster, which is better. They moved Steadfast into the base kit. So Steadfast used to be in his Awaken kit. Now it is in it's in the base kit. And they reduced the debuff requirement for non-science matchups to get that Steadfast. They increased the maximum heavy charge duration. So now it's indefinite. Before it wasn't, so that's good. Special ones no longer apply an additional physical vulnerability to a ruptured opponent. Okay, whatever. Increased physical vulnerability duration from 20 seconds to 30 seconds. That's a big deal. And potency from 13% to 25%. That's a big deal as well. And then increased reversal fury duration from 10 seconds to 12 seconds. We got an extra 2 seconds. All that feeds into a better champion, in my opinion. All right. Let's take a look at how he works. We're going to take him in against Winter Soldier. So we're going to come down to here to Special Quest. And we are going to go over here into this. And we're going to build our team because I want to go over some of his synergies just a little bit. And he actually is pretty low down in here, so we need to look at 7 stars instead. And, oh, he's already in there. Okay. And I think I've got the team built already. So he's got a synergy with Kate Bishop. Here it is right here. Personal precisions are refreshed when the opponent is knocked into the wall. I don't care about that. We're not going to be doing that. If you use Falcon or Sam Wilson, personal vigilance effects are paused during Patriot special attacks and strikers. I don't care about that either. What we do care about is this one. So Viv Vision and White Tiger. On activation, special attack 1 generates 6 combo instead of 3. That's really important, so we want that. And then with any of these champs, but we picked Wiccan because he's part of the New Avengers. Or Young Avengers, I'm sorry. Knocking down the opponent grants a non-stacking cruelty buff for 6 seconds, which means that he will increase his crit rating even more with that. And then lastly, we added Captain America Infinity War and just Captain America for a bump to health and attack rating. And so let's get into it, and let's see how he works. Now, we're going to do medium, light, 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 light. And we're going to work up to a bar and a half. We're going to do a special 1 and then a special 1, and then we're going to try and do the reversal. And we might be able to knock him down at some point, too. So let's knock him down. And so I got a precision, so medium, light, 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 light. And we want to... There's that. All right, and we're already up to 5. 1, 2, and look at the damage he's doing now. Okay, and here we go. Second. All right, so now we're gonna charge this, and he's down. And look at the damage he's doing now. Look at that. 25 a hit. Boom, boom, boom. And we're going to hit him with this, and he's done. And he's done. Look at that. Look at that. And so that took us 55 seconds. And that's actually great. Anything less than a minute is awesome for one of these. Now, we did take some damage from Liquid Courage. That was most of our damage. We're down to 79% because he is not... I do have the recoil masteries on, which means he's going to be taking damage. And his regeneration is lowered a little bit. Okay. So now we're going to go up against the classic Captain Marvel here. And we're essentially going to do the same thing. We're going to go with a heavy. And you see the vigilance there when we do the heavy because I blocked. So medium, light, 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 light. Medium, light, 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 light. And you can see we're doing increased damage. Medium, light, 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 light. And there's our first special one. Medium, light, 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 light. Medium, light, 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 light. And there's our second one. And we're going to hit her with this. And this is doing pretty good damage. All right. And now, and I got hit. So now we're going to go for this. Here she comes. Come on. And we've got 4 of those physical vulnerabilities on. And here we go. Boom, boom, boom. Gone. Oh, wow. 65,000 points of damage. That was amazing. And 58. So, again, less than a minute. So, made a couple of mistakes there. But all in all, he is tuned up and just completely awesome now. I would say he's probably better without the recoil masteries on, because you can see he took a bunch, like 48% of his damage was from Liquid Courage, which is the poison. Without these, he's actually going to be probably healing a bit, but he probably will start to heal quite a bit after Double Edge turns off. But these fights are faster than Double Edge. But once Double Edge is turned off, I think his healing starts to... And let's, speaking of which, let's restart this and let's try and take a look and see if we can get him to start healing. So I want to go back in here to Winter Soldier. And we're going to let Double Edge fall off. And then we're going to watch and we're going to see how... So right now I'm taking 607 points. And my healing is going up. All right, so it's over now. So we're actually healing now. We are actually healing a little bit. We're at 256. And so we're at 256 and 247. So about 9 points every click we're going through. And this is a special 3. And we got a whole bunch of good stuff. So we're going to keep going. We didn't get a physical vulnerability on. So it looks like the max we're going to be at after Double Edge is over with is going to be 9 per click. Now, we just took some there because I've got the recoils on. All right, this is going to probably... Nope, didn't take him out. That's fine. And he's got 4 of those on again. Okay, and then we just took 28. So, so he will start to heal a little bit once Double Edge is off. And then he'll just be taking a little bit less than he's healing from Liquid Courage. So like I said, it was like 9 or 10 points every tick. All right, that is a video I have for everybody. I appreciate everybody tuning in, and I will catch everybody later.